taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that. I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code. I get lonely, but I always knew that. I always knew that your heart I could call home.
How are you doing, math learners? This is your free access YouTube edu creator, Math Teacher Ash, and welcome to another reviewer series in preparation for the second quarter examination. And today, what we will be talking about is a reviewer series for our beloved grade 9 students. Alright, in this video, we will answer 40 questions. So I suggest my grade 9 students to get your pen and paper and try to answer all of the questions that we will be tackling in this video. So if you needed more time to answer each question, you can pause the question, then play it before I reveal the answer. So if you are new to the channel, please click the subscribe button and notification bell for you to be updated of these School Clear math videos just like this. Alright, so let us start. Question number 1. The statement A varies jointly as B and C can be represented by, is it A? A is equal to K over BC. B, A is equal to K plus BC. C, A is equal to KBC. Or letter D, A is equal to B plus KC. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this question is very easy because what we need to do is just to translate the given statement into a mathematical statement. So here we have A varies jointly as B and C. So therefore, our A here is the one in the left side of the equation. So we have A, B, and C. Both choices have A in the left side of the equation. Okay, that's correct. Now, what is the varies jointly as B and C? So basically, my dear math learners, when we talk about jointly, we are talking about a joint variation in which there is a K, which is the constant of variation, multiplied by the variables B and C. So that will become KBC. So the correct answer for this given question is letter C. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 2. Y varies directly as X and inversely as Z. Can be written as, is it A, Y is equal to K over XZ. B, Y is equal to KX over Z. C, Y is equal to Z over KX. Or letter D, Y is equal to X over KZ. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, in answering this question, this is just the same as number 1. We will translate it into a mathematical sentence. So Y here means Y varies. It means Y is equal. So all of the choices has Y equals, alright? Now, varies directly as X. It means that the constant of variation K will be multiplied with X. Then, it says here inversely as Z. When we talk about inversely, it is basically using the division. So, divided by Z. So that will give you Y is equal to KX over Z. And that is our letter, alright, letter B. We got it, my dear
easy, right?
math learners. Very easy. So now let us go to question number 3. Which of the following is an example of a direct variation? Is it A, X squared Y is equal to 10. B, Y is equal to 3X. C, X is equal to Y plus 5. Or letter D, Y is equal to X minus 4. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this question is another easy question because we will just find an example of a direct variation. Now, if you can remember the denotation of the direct variation, it means that Y is equal to KX. That is, if Y varies directly to X. So therefore, what we need to do now is to find a constant of variation, which is a value, a number, a fixed number, and then with a variable beside it. Alright, so we have here X squared Y, so that is wrong, my dear math learners. We have here y plus 5. That is wrong. It's not beside. It is another term here. Same goes with letter D. So the correct answer, my dear math learner, is letter B. Y is equal to 3x, in which y varies directly as x, in which the constant of variation is equal to 3. Alright. Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 4. If S varies directly as T and inversely as U, which equation describes this relationship? Is it A, S is equal to T over KU, B, S is equal to KT over U, C, S is equal to U over KT, or letter D, S is equal to K over TU? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this is just the same as what we did in question number 2. So what we need to do is to translate it into a mathematical sentence. So it says here, S varies directly. So meaning that is S equals. So all of the choices given are S is equal. Alright, or S equals. So those are correct. Now, it says here varies directly as T and inversely as U. So when we say varies directly as T, that means the constant of variation is multiplied with T and then it is divided by U, giving us KT over U. And which is that? Of course, that is option letter B. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learner. So now let us go to question number 5. Alright. Question number 5. The relationship, the size of slices of pizza to the number of people sharing, is an example of, is it A, direct variation, B, inverse variation, C, joint variation, or letter D, combined variation? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, so we have here the size of slices of pizza to the number of people sharing. Now, let me ask you, my dear math learners, if there are more people sharing, what do you think will the size of the pizza become? Alright, the size of the pizza will become smaller, while if there are few people, the slices will become larger. So basically, the relationship is opposite. And if we are talking about opposite relationship, that talks about letter B, the inverse variation, which states that when one increases, the other one decreases, or when one decreases, the other one increases.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 6. The relationship, the time spent cooking to the number of dishes prepared, represents, is it A, direct variation, B, inverse variation, C, joint variation, or D, combined variation? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this is another analysis type of question in which you need to think, how is the time spent cooking related to the number of dishes prepared? So question is, if you have many dishes to prepare, does your time needs more or just less? Okay, very good. You need more time if you have more dishes to prepare. So basically, when one increases, the other one also increases. And that is a relationship being talked about in direct variation. Letter A, my dear math learners.
Easy, right?
Very easy. So I hope you got that one. So now let us go to question number 7. If the distance D varies directly with time T, this relationship can be written as, is it A, D is equal to KT, B, D is equal to K over T, C, K is equal to TD, or D, T is equal to KD? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, now for this question, it says here, the distance D varies directly with time T. So in this case, we use the D and the T. So that means D is equal to KT. And that is letter A. Alright.
Easy, right?
I'm sure you got that one, my dear math learners. So now, let us go to question number 8. Question number 8. Which mathematical statement describes the equation LW is equal to 48? Is it A, L is equal to 48 divided by W? B, W is equal to 48 divided by L? Or C, L is equal to 48 plus W? Or D, L times W is equal to 48. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this question is one of the easiest questions because it just pertains what is the process that we will be doing if ever we have an equation LW is equal to 48. Now, if that is the case, my dear math learners, what we need to do is when two variables are beside with each other, that is multiplication. So therefore, that means L times W is equal to 48, and that is letter D. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 9. If the cost C per person varies inversely as the number N of people, which equation represents this? Is it A, C is equal to Kn, B, C is equal to K over N, C is equal to N over K, or D, C is equal to N times K? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, in solving this one or in translating cost C varies inversely as the number of N or number N of people, what you need to do is just consider the inverse variation. So the inverse variation states that the value varies inversely as another value. It means that the constant of variation is divided by the second value. So that means K is divided by the second number or the second variable. So therefore, that is K over N for this matter. So our correct answer is letter B. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 10. If Y varies directly as X and Y is equal to 24 when X is equal to 3, find the constant of variation. Is it A, 8, B, 6, C, 12, or D, 18? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, let me just show you how to solve this one. First, in solving direct variation, what we need to do is to translate first our Y varies directly as X. So if that is the case, my dear math learners, so that means we will be doing Y is equal to KX, in which our Y here is given 24 and our X here is given as 3. So what we need to do here is basically substitute the value. So that will give us 24 is equal to K multiplied by 3. And if that is the case, if we are owed to find the value of K, we just divide both sides by 3, canceling this one, giving us the value of K, which is 24 over 3. If we simplify that one, that is 24 divided by 3, and the value is equal to 8. So the correct answer for this given question is letter A. Now let's check whether we are correct. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 11. But before going to that question, I'd just like to congratulate you because you already finished the first part of our reviewer series. Now, what is your score in the 10 questions that we have? Kindly comment it in our comment section below. Now, let us go to the next part of the review. Question number 11. Which equation represents the heat H produced by an electric appliance that varies jointly as resistance R and the square of the current I? Is it A, H is equal to KRI squared, B, H is equal to R over I squared, C, H is equal to K over R times I, or D, H is equal to I squared over K? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, now in this equation or in this question, what we need to do is to translate the given statement. So we have here the H varies jointly. So that would be H is equal. So all of the choices has H as equal. Then varies jointly as the resistance R and the square of current I. So when we say the square, it means power of 2. So our I here has the power of 2. So I squared. Now, since we are just talking about joint variation, so this means that the constant of variation K will be multiplied to the resistance R and the square of the current I, which is I squared. So that will give us H is equal to KRI squared. And that is letter A. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let's go to question number 12. If the mass M of a sheet varies jointly with its length L and width W, and M is 150 grams for the length 10 centimeters and width 5 centimeters, what will be the mass, or what is the mass when the length is 20 centimeters and the width is 10 centimeters? Is it A, 300 grams, B, 600 grams, C, 450 grams, or letter D, 750 grams? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, in solving this kind of problem, what we need to do is to solve first the value of the constant of variation. So when we get the constant of variation for the first given statements, we will be applying that constant of variation to the unknown mass in the second statement. So how do we do this, my dear math learners? Alright, so let me show you. So first, we will translate the given. So that will become M is equal, so since this is varies jointly, that will be KLW. So that means that the constant multiplied by the length and the width. Alright, so it says here that the mass is 150. Alright, we don't know our K, but we have given the 10 and the 5 for the first statement. So that will be 10 for the length and 5 for the width. So if we multiply this with this K, this will give us 50K. So that is equal to 150. So by dividing both sides with 50 in order for it to be cancelled, so when we divide 50 by 50, we only have the value K. And 150 divided by 50 from here, that would give us 3. So therefore, our constant of variation is 3. But that is not the question that we are answering. The question here is what will be the mass if the length will become 20 and the width will become 10. So what we need to do is still follow this formula or this variation equation. And what we need to do is we will be getting the unknown M by just substituting the value of K, which is 3, the value of L, which is 20, and the value of W, which is 10. So we just multiply the 3. So that will become 3 times 20, that is 60, and 60 times 10, that is 600. Therefore, the correct answer for this given question or problem is letter B. Now, let's check whether we are correct. Alright!
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now, let us go to question number 13. A number that indicates how many times a base is multiplied by itself is called, is it A, base, B, exponent, C, root, or D, constant? Alright, I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this question is basically a definition of a certain part in the topic law of exponents, because the law of exponents talks about the small number that is being in the superscript or being elevated, and then that means that the base will be multiplied to itself. So therefore, the correct answer for this question is letter B. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 14. Simplify 3 to the 4th power. Is it A, 12, B, 27, C, 81, or D, 64? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, in solving this kind of question, what we need to do is very simple. We just multiply 3 to itself 4 times. So that means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So how do we do that? 3 times 3, the answer is 9. 9 times 3, the answer is 27. And 27 times 3, the answer is 81. So therefore, the correct answer for this given question is letter C.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 15. The value of the quantity 5 to the power of 0 is it A, 0, B, 1, C, 5, or D, 10? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this question is very easy because this is under the topic zero exponents. Now, what does the zero exponent says? Remember that any variable or number with an exponent of 0, the answer will always be very good equal to 1. So letter B is our
Easy, right?
correct answer. Very easy. So now let us go to question number 16. Simplify 4 cubed over 2 squared. Is it A, 16, B, 32, C, 8, or D, 4? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, there are a lot of ways to solve this problem. How do we do that one? Okay, so basically you can use the expansion method in which you just multiply 4 times 4 times 4 for the 4 cube and then 2 times 2. So the result from those multiplication will be divided with each other and the final answer would be. The other way is by converting 4 into a base of 2 since we have here the base of 2. So 4 squared here could become 2 squared. So that means 2 squared. And since the 4 here has a cube, there will be a cube outside that 2 squared because 2 squared here is that 4. And then we just copy the 2 squared there. I'm just applying the technique in solving the law of exponent, right? Okay, so having this example, we are applying the power rule. So an exponent with another exponent will be multiplied. So 2 times 3, that will be 2 to the 6 power. Just copy the 2 squared over there. And then if you have this kind of problem, the same base but different exponent, and this is a division, then that means you just subtract the exponents and you copy the base. So 2, then 6 minus 2, that will become 4. So question is, what is the value of 2 to the 4th power? So that means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So that is 2 times 2, that is 4, times 2, 8, another times 2, that is 16. So the correct answer for this given problem is letter A. Now let's check whether we are correct. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 17. Question number 17, the expression, the quantity 3x to the second power or 3x squared, okay, is equal to, is it A, 9x, B, 9x squared, C, 6x, or D, 6x squared? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, let me show you how to solve this one in 2 ways. So, how do we do this one? If we have a problem like this, what we need to do is just multiply it to itself. We can apply the expansion. So, 3x, the quantity 3x to the power of 2 means you just multiply 3x to itself. So, that means that is 3x times 3x. Okay, so you could do that one. So, 3 times 3, that would be 9. X times x, applying the product rule, so that will be x squared. So we already have the correct answer. Now, what is the other way? You can apply the power rule. So that means, if like this is the problem, the squared here will be distributed and each exponent will be multiplied. So we all know that if a variable or a number do not have an exponent that is visible, it means that there is 1 there as its degree or its exponent. So that means 3 squared x squared. And of course, 3 squared can be simplified, and that is 3 times 3, giving us 9x squared. So they are just the same with each other.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So the correct answer for this question is letter B. Alright, so now let us go to question number 18. Evaluate 2 to the power of 5. Is it A, 8, B, 16, C, 32, or D, 64? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, in answering this question, this is just the same as expansion. So what you need to do is you just multiply 2 to itself 5 times. So that is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So what is the result in doing that? So 2 times 2, that is 4, times 2 again, that is 8, times 2 again, that is 16, and 16 times 2, what is the result? Very good, my dear math learners, that is letter C. Alright. Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 19. What is the simplified form of square root of 50? Is it A, 5 square root of 2, B, 2 square root of 5, C, 10 square root of 5, or letter D, 25? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, in solving this one, ask yourself, is 50 a perfect square, or is 50 have a number when multiplied to itself, the answer is 50. Okay, so it is not a perfect square, my dear math learner. So, if that is the case, how do you solve this one? So, basically, my dear math learners, what you can do is you just break it down into factors. But make sure that one of the factors is a perfect square. So, what are the factors of 50? That is square root of 25 and square root of 2. Because when we multiply square root of 25 to square root of 2, the answer will be square root of 50. So, I hope you got that one. Now, is this the answer? Not yet, my dear math learners, because the square root of 25 here is a perfect square. And what is the square root of 25? Very good. That is 5. Now, do the square root of 2 has a root? Okay, none. So, therefore, if it doesn't have any square root, therefore, you just copy. So, the final answer is 5 square root of 2, which is letter A. All right, let's check whether we are correct. Okay.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So I hope you got that one. So let us go to question number 20. Question number 20. The index of the radical expression cube root of 27 is it A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, 27? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this question talks about the parts of a radical expression. Now, in terms of a radical expression, we will be talking about the parts here. So, this symbol is the radical sign. This number inside the radical sign is known as the radicand. And this small number here is known as the index. So, basically, we already have answered our question for this. And that is letter C. All right.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. Now, I just like to congratulate you for finishing halfway of our reviewer series. So, question is, what is your score right now among the 20 questions that we have? Comment it in our comment section below. Now, let us go to question number 21. Simplify square root of 36 over square root of 9. Is it A, 1, B, 2, C, 4, or D, 6? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this question is very easy. Why? Because we can just, since both of them has the same index, which is 2, because we are just talking about square roots, square root of 36 and square root of 9. So what is the square root of 36? Very good, that is 6. What is the square root of 9? That is 3. So that would be 6 over 3. And if we divide 6 by 3, the answer is 2. Very simple. So now, the correct answer for this question is letter B. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now, let us go to question number 22. The expression square root of 25x squared simplifies to, is it A, 5x, B, 25x, C, x, or D, square root of 5x? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, in getting the square root of a given expression, basically what you need to do is to make sure that the given expression or the radicand is a perfect square. So now, question is 25 a perfect square? Yes, very good. Is x squared a perfect square? Yes, also. So therefore, what is the square root of 25? That is 5. What is the square root of x squared? That is x. So therefore, just putting them together, the answer is very good, 5x.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 23. Which of these represents a to the power of 1/2 as a radical? Okay, a radical expression. Is it A, square root of A, B, A squared, C, square root of A squared, or D, A cubed? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this question is under the topic converting rational exponents to radicals. Now, in the topic, basically, let me just show you. Now, if you have the expression a to the power of m over n, when you change that into a radical expression, what will happen is that your denominator will become your index and your base will become the radicand with the numerator as its exponent. Okay. Now, in this case, if you have a to the power of 1/2, then your 2 here in the denominator will be your index, making it square root. Alright, and your 1 here will become your exponent, which is a to the power of 1, which is just the same as a. So therefore, the correct answer here is square root of a. Letter A.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So therefore, we are correct. Okay, I hope you got that one. Now, let's go to question number 24. If a to the power of 1 over n is a positive real number and n is an even integer, then is it A, there is no real nth root, B, 1 real nth root, or C, 2 real nth roots, or D, infinite real nth roots? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners. Now, what is being asked here is what will happen to your root if your denominator n is an even integer. So, meaning that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, if you can remember, my dear math learner, if we have the square root of 4, example, so that is, what is the square root of 4? That is 2. Basically, that is the principal root. But there are really two answers for the square root of 4. For an example, that is positive and negative 2. Now, why am I talking about square root of 4? Now, let me just show you this one. If we have an example, square root of 4, okay? That square root of 4 means square root of 2 squared, right? And if we try to change square root of 2 squared into a rational exponent, that means 2 to the power of 2, which is this exponent, the numerator, divided by the index here, which is invisible, and that is understood to be 2. So, basically, the answer here will become 2. Right? But that is only for the principal root. Remember that the square root of 4, in your lesson, in the extracting square root, there could be two values for the square root of 4, and that is positive and negative 2. Because positive 2 times positive 2 is equal to 4. Negative 2 times negative 2 is equal to 4. Thus, we can conclude that if you have a denominator in your rational exponent as an even number, there could be two possible values of roots. So that is letter C. Let's check whether we are correct, my dear math learners. All right, we are correct.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 25. Simplify x cubed y to the 4th to the power of 2. All right, so what is the result? Is it A, x to the power of 6, y to the power of 8, B, x to the power of 9, y to the power of 4, C, x to the power of 6, y to the power of 6, or D, x to the power of 4, y to the power of 8? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this is just an example of the power rule in which it is specific on the power rule or the power of a product rule or product of a power rule. They are just the same. Okay, so if that is the case, my dear math learners, if we encountered like this, what we need to do is just multiply the exponent. So this 2 here will be multiplied both to 3 and 4. So that will be 3 times 2. What is the answer? 6. 4 times 2, what is the answer? 8. So that will give us x to the power of 6, y to the power of 8, letter A.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 26. The radicand in the expression, the 4th root of 81 is it A, 4, B, 81, C, 3, D, 16? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, we have already talked earlier the parts of a radical expression. Now, in terms of the parts of the radical expression, the radicand is what we call the number inside the radical expression or the radical sign. So if this is your radical sign, the number inside is, or the expression inside is known as the radicand. So therefore, the correct answer is letter B.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 27. The expression square root of 64 times square root of 4 simplifies to, is it A, 4, B, 8, C, 16, or D, 32? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, how do we solve this? So basically, my dear math learners, the square root of 64 is a perfect square. The square root of 4 is also a perfect square. So you can simplify them first, then you multiply. So The square root of 64 is, very good, that is 8. The square root of 4 is, that is 2. So you just have 8 here, you just have 2 here. So 8 times 2, that is very good. Letter C, very easy.
Easy, right?
Alright, so now let us go to question number 28. Simplify the quantity x cubed over y to the power of 2. Is it A, x to the power of 6 over y to the power of 2, B, x to the power of 3 or x cubed over y squared, C, x to the power of 6 over y, or D, x squared over y cubed? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this is just an application of the power rule, but in this case, it is not power of the product, but it is power of the quotient rule. So therefore, as you can see, we cannot divide these two here because they have different bases. So what we can do is you just apply the power rule. So our y here has an invisible 1 there. So these two here will be multiplied to the exponent 3 as well as to the exponent 1 here, giving us 3 times 2, that is 6, and then 1 times 2, that is 2. So we have x to the power of 6 over y to the power of 2, or y squared. That is letter A. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 29. If 3 to the power of x is equal to 27, what is the value of x? Is it A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, 4? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, there are two ways to solve this one. One is by the use of trial and error. So if you change your value of x to the given options, will you arrive to the correct equation? So if it is 1, so 3 to the power of 1, is it 27? That is 3 times, no, just 3. Alright, so it's not 27. So letter A is wrong. How about B? 3 squared. So this will become 3 to the power of 2. 3 times 3. Is it 27? Alright, no, because the answer will be, very good, the answer will be just 9. So that letter B is wrong. How about C? 3 times, or 3 to the power of 3, or 3 cubed. 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3, 27. So you already get the correct answer, and that is letter C. Alright, we got that one.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to question number 30. If the volume V of a cube varies directly as the cube of its edge, length A, which of the following equation describes the relationship? Is it A, V is equal to K A cube, B, V is equal to K times, or KXA, C, V is equal to A cube over K, or D, V is equal to A squared? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, talking about relationship, always remember that the constant of variation will never ever be omitted. They should always be there. Okay, so in this given, if the volume V, okay, varies directly, so basically V is equal to, so we have all 4 options with V is equal to. Now, varies directly, so it is a direct variation. However, we are talking about cube of the length A, so cube of A. So that is A cube. So talking about direct variation, that is basically the constant times the second variable, which is our A. So that will give us K A cube. So that is letter A. Alright.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. And I just like to congratulate you for finishing 3 parts of our reviewer series. Now, the question is, what is your score right now among the 30 questions that we have? Okay, just comment it in our comment section below. Now, let us go to question number 31 and finish this up to the end. Alright. Question number 31. Which exponent rule is applied when simplifying the quantity a to the power of m to the power of n equals a to the power of m times n? Alright. Is it A, product rule, B, quotient rule, C, power rule, or D, negative exponent rule? I give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this question is very, very easy because we have already been applying this to our previous questions. So therefore, my dear math learners, if you have an exponent being exponent 2, so basically that is the rule in power rule. All right.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 32. Simplify the expression 5 cubed times 5 squared over 5 to the 4th. Is it A, 5, B, 25, C, 5 to the 5th power, or D, 5 to the power of negative 1? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, in solving this problem, this is very easy. Why? Because you can just apply what you have learned in the product rule as well as in the quotient rule. So, in the product rule, right, if you have the same base, what you need to do is to copy the base and you add the exponent. So, 3 plus 2, that is 5. Alright, divided by, so you just copy the denominator, 5 to the power of 4. Okay, that's not 54. All right, so 5 to the power of 4. Now, if you have this kind of problem, you have the same base, but it is in the quotient. So what you need to do is to copy the base, right? Then subtract the exponent. So 5 minus 4, that is 1. Or basically, 5 to the power of 1, that is 5. So the correct answer for this problem is letter A.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 33. What is the sum of 3 square root of 2 plus 5 square root of 2? Is it A, 8 square root of 2, B, 15 square root of 2, C, 2 square root of 2, or D, square root of 2? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, this is very easy because we just need to apply the rule in adding radicals. Now, in adding radicals, if you have a condition or a scenario in which you have the same radicand and the same index, what you need to do is you just add the coefficient of those expressions. So we have here square root of 2, square root of 2, so they are just the same. So what you can do is you just copy them. So square root of 2, okay, that's correct. Now, the coefficients 3 and 5, what you need to do there is you just add them since that is addition. So 3 plus 5, and the answer is, of course, letter
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 34. Simplify 2x cubed times 4x squared. Is it A, 8x to the 5th power, B, 8x to the 6th power, C, 6x to the 5th power, or D, 6x to the 6th power? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this is an example of the product rule. Okay, so basically, when numbers are multiplied, you just multiply them. So 2 times 4, that is 8. So we have here 8 and 8. So basically, the 6 and 6 here, so C and D is already wrong. Alright, now, which is correct here? Now, if you are multiplying exponents, applying the product rule, what you will do is you just copy the base and then add the exponents. So we have 3 plus 2, that is 5. So therefore, the correct answer is letter A.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 35. What is the product of square root of 5 and square root of 20? Is it A, square root of 100, B, 5 square root of 4, C, 10, or D, square root of 25? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, in the topic multiplication of radicals, what you need to do is basically multiply them as long as they have the same index. So as you can see here, both of them are in the square root. So they have the same index of 2, right? So you can multiply them directly. So square root of 5 times square root of 20. And what is the result when you multiply 20 and 5? Very good. That is square root of 100. But this is not yet finished. Why? Because square root of 100 is a perfect square. And that can be simplified into what? Very good. That is, the final answer is 10.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So I hope, my dear math learners, you will always consider the final answer. So always simplify your answer. As long as it can be simplified, then follow the rules in simplify. Alright? So now let us go to question number 36. Which of the following represent x to the power of 1/3 as a radical? Is it A, square root of x, B, cube root of x, C, x cube, or D, square root of x cube? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. All right, my dear math learners, if you can remember our discussion earlier about converting rational exponents into radicals or radical expression, what happens to our denominator? Okay, it becomes the index. So that will become cube root. So basically, among the four choices here, this is the only expression with the cube root as its index, or 3 as its. So therefore, the correct answer is letter B. Right.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So as long as you already have answered or find the first condition that would make it correct, there is no need to continue. Okay? So that is one way of finishing the questions correctly, efficiently, and effectively, so that you can have more time to those difficult questions in the exam. All right. Now, let us go to question number 37. Find the number that satisfies 2 to the power of x is equal to 16. Okay. Is it A, 3, B, 4, C, 5, or D, 6? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. All right, math learners. So the question here is very, very simple. Why? Because you just need to multiply 2 to itself and you will stop when you arrive to 16. And how many times you did that one, that is the answer. Okay, so how do we do that? So first you have 2 here, right? 2 times 2, that is 4, not yet 16. So 4 times 2, that is 8, not yet 16. Okay, 8 times 2, that is 16. We already arrived to our given equation. So therefore, that is how many? 4. Very good. So the correct answer for this one is letter B.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 38. If the surface area S of a cube is 6a squared, find the edge length A when S, which is the surface area, is 96 square units. Is it A, 4, B, 6, C, 8, or D, 5? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. All right, my dear math learners, in this problem, we will be solving. Why? Because it says here that S is 6a squared. So that means S is 6a squared. Now, the S here is given as 96, right? And then it is asking for the length of A. So therefore, we will substitute 96 to our S. So that will become 96 is equal to 6a squared. Now, in order to solve and to isolate the variable A, we need to eliminate the 6 here first. So we will be dividing 6 here. We will be dividing 6 here. So that will be cancelled and we have A squared. All right. So 96 divided by 6, the answer would be 16. Now, did we answer the problem? Not yet, my dear math learners, because we still have the squared here in our A. So we will be square rooting both sides of the equation. So this will be cancelled, all right? And A there will become the square root of 16. Is 16 a perfect square? Very good. And that is 4. So therefore, the correct answer for this problem is letter A. All right.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. So I hope you got that one. Now, if you have a difficulty in solving that one, you can just repeat the discussion that we have just right now. All right. Now, let us go to question number 39. Find the number in the expression cube root of x is equal to 3. Okay. Is it A, 9, B, 27, C, 3, or D, 81? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. All right, math learners. Now, the question here is that we will be finding a number when multiplied to itself 3 times because we are talking about cube, right? Cube root. When we multiply it 3 times, that is the answer. Okay, so what is that number? So 3 times 3, very good, that is 9. Another 3, 9 times 3, that is 27. So therefore, the correct answer is 27. All right.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. Of course, you can also do some solving, if you like, by eliminating the cube root of this one. So let me just show you about that, my dear math learners. So what you can do here is you can cube both sides of the equation. So this will be cancelled. You will have x and then 3 cubed, that is 3 times 3 times 3. The answer is still 27. All right. Now, let us go to the last question. Question number 40. A ladder, a 15-meter ladder, is leaning against a wall, reaching a height of 12 meters. How far is the base of the ladder from the wall? Is it A, 3 meters, B, 6 meters, C, 9 meters, or D, 4 meters? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, math learners, you can answer this problem if you can picture out the problem itself. Okay, so let me just show you that. So a 15-meter ladder is leaning against the wall. So if this is the wall, let's consider that this is a wall. Alright, that is the wall. And then the ladder is leaning. A 15-meter ladder. So a 15-meter ladder, so this is 15, right? It's leaning against the wall and reaches the height of, okay, it reaches the height of 12 meters. Okay, now the question is, how far is the base of the ladder? So base of the ladder is here from the wall. So the wall is here. So what is this distance? Okay, so basically, my dear math learners, okay, we have already formed a 90 degree. Just consider my drone. Okay, so that is a 90-degree there problem. Okay, this is the unknown. Okay, if that is the case, my dear math learners, if you are encountering such right angles or right triangles, okay, you can apply the Pythagorean theorem. So what is the Pythagorean theorem says? It says that the legs A and B is equal to C squared, and C squared here is the hypotenuse. Okay, this one. So this hypotenuse is the opposite of the 90-degree angle. Okay, and these are the legs. Okay, these are the legs that forms the 90-degree. So if this is 12 squared, our one leg is unknown, so that would be B squared. Our C here is the 15, so that is 15 squared. So if that is the case, my dear math learners, if you simplify this, 12 squared is, let me just solve here, that is 144, plus B squared is still unknown. Our 15 squared is 225. Now, you transpose the 144 to the other side, and that will give you 225 minus 144. Now, if that is the case, if you subtract 225 to 144, okay, the answer is 81. So, you just eliminate the squared here by square root both sides of the equation. So, what is the square root of 81? The answer is 9. Okay, so the correct answer is letter C. Now, let's check whether we are correct. All right.
Easy, right?
Very easy, my dear math learners. We have finished the 40 questions, my dear math learners. So, congratulations, my dear math learners, in finishing the 40 questions for the preparation of the second quarter examination in Math 9. Now, the question is, what is your score in answering all those 40 questions? I hope you comment it in our comment section below. This has been your Educreator Math Teacher Ash. And always remember, it is fun to learn mathematics if we are together learning. Please, if you think that this video is helpful to you, kindly share this to your fellow friends, classmates, and schoolmates. It is a big help if we can grow our channel so that we can reach more students and more people that needs more clear discussion for mathematics. Thank you so much. God bless and keep safe always.
I got a taste of the real world. I got battered on the North Shore. It gave me comfort when I always knew that. I always knew that you were there for me next door. I lived it hard on the long road. I ran through every single zip code. I get lonely, but I always knew that. I always knew that your heart I could call home.